Okay, we have to rub that in.
Yeah.
Nigeria's champions of the 2015 AfroBasket
We're going to see that a lot more.
We're going to see that a lot more, definitely on the
we
show.
will even play the game.
All right.
We'll play the game.
All right, now let's move on now. Well, it's time for the sports paper review with our guest, Chinasia Ibonye, who is a sports analyst and who joins us live right about now. It's great to have you.
Always a pleasure to be here.
That's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, good to be here, Austin.
And let's congratulate you on, and of course, Nigeria.
Congratulate everybody.
Everybody, you know.
I saw Austin tweeting wildly last night. I was also doing that. You know, it's a big deal. If the Super Eagles go ahead and win the Nations Cup, everybody will talk about it for months on end. And it's the same thing here. It's basketball, and I'm happy because of the fact that you know, we've been talking about football. This is actually a very big deal. We're African champions. We've not done it before. This is the first time we're actually doing this, and I think we should keep making noise about it. The boys performed really well. I think the turning point of this tournament was the game against Tunisia. After they lost that game, and I think they felt, you know what, we need to do this. And secretly, I was hoping that the Angolans beat the Tunisians in the semi-finals because I didn't want to come up against the host nation.
And I was hoping for Tunisia to beat Angola.
I didn't want to come up against the host nation in the final because they would have been really pumped up, you know, and knowing that they had beaten Nigeria earlier on in the competition. So I was happy the Angolans won because I had seen the Angolans going all through the tournament. They were not at their best. They were not as good as we thought they were. We saw how the Senegalese actually got a victory from them during the group stages. And, you know, so when we got to the final, I was very confident. I felt, you know what, this is the time, like Austin said, about time we broke that jinx. And we did it. We did it. Champ Oguchi, fantastic player.
You know, Chinasa, I'm going to say this. You know, you might not like to hear it, but if you think that we played, you know, an Angola side that was somewhat weakened or not their best, does it downplay our victory?
No, I don't. I'm not saying that they were weakened or they were not at their best. You know, it's a tournament. We've had it for different years. Sometimes you have a team that is at their peak. You have teams that the Angolans have dominated for a while. They're trying to make transition. So at whatever period, sometimes they've beaten us. We also did not have the best players we could get at that particular point. So not that they're weakened. I'm not saying they're weakened. This was the best thing they had to bring, and they actually brought it out. And so I think the Tigers actually did the job and did it really well. Rubbing it in, you guys continue doing that. We fantastic win.
People won't even understand how ready I am to rub this in.
Fantastic win. We're going to the Olympics again. Come on.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to be reading records and going back to history, feel free to do that. Say Angola has beaten Nigeria is here. We defeated Angola last night.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, let's hope it's not going to be the last time.
So fun.
Yeah, let's hope it's not going to be the last time we do that.
I don't care.
Big ups to Olasheni Lawal, who stepped in big time in place of Ike Diogo. Olasheni Lawal was a beast rebounding. They are Al-Farouk and Alade Aminu, the Aminu brothers, fantastic. Everybody held their own. The young guy from Cruz, Guinea Bay, everybody just contributed.
One guy a lot of people are not even talking about, and when we bring our guest, I'm sure he's going to make 1 or 2 comments about him. Mike Ume, fantastic, determined guy. He stays right there, watch for the team. I mean, it was teamwork that did it. Remember, guys, I said, this could be a blessing in disguise. Like Diogo not being part of this team.
It did turn out to be that.
Everyone looks at themselves and said, we can't be a one-man team.
True.
We are the Tigers of Nigeria. Let's go out there and prove a point. And oh my God, Olumide needs to come here and explain those dance steps.
I was really happy for him.
At some point, I was trying to launch the shot, but it wasn't just coming up right.
A lot of people were looking for the justification of his inclusion in that team.
You know, if you follow basketball, you know sometimes you need those veterans in the team.
Yeah.
The last NBA Finals, we saw Cleveland take on Golden State. In the Cleveland team was Sean Marion. I don't think he got to play any game. Sean Marion is a veteran. He's been there for a long time. So you need all those players once in a while. They might play 2 minutes.
And he justified his inclusion.
Yeah, you need those experienced, the big men in the team to actually help mentor those young guys while they're in camp and everything. So I think Olumide Oyedeji's inclusion was really justified. It was really, really justified.
Just imagine what basketball is doing to us. It's supposed to be the newspaper review. The guys, let's go to the newspaper review.
Chinasia, you know, from all of this, looking at the papers.
You flogged the AfroBasket.
You have.
But you have a chance to overflog it.
Well, you know what the thing now I'm thinking out from this AfroBasket thing is that after we've qualified for the Olympics. The problem we will have, it might be a good problem, is that maybe every Nigerian, every foreign-born player of Nigerian descent in the US, in Europe, would
China,
want to go to the Olympics, and they will come out, and so Voice will have a lot on his hand. And I also think we should retain the man. His contract was for from now to the end of the tournament, so I think, come on, he's earned himself a spot in the team to the Olympics.
All right. So we have something from Complete Sports.
Okay, front page of Complete Sports. Talks about the Tigers. I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. But let's quickly, the English Premier League. United crumbled to shock loss. I love this guy, Gomez. And of course, Andre Ayew, magic. Africa, we keep doing big things. Andre Ayew is beginning to show that he's taken to the Premiership like dog to water. He's doing fantastic things. His brother is not actually doing that. His brother has yet to live up to what Andrew is doing. You know, Swansea, they've become the bogey team for Manchester United. Not for Manchester United, for Louis van Gaal. Yeah. Because Van Gaal has played 3 games against Swansea and he has lost all 3 games by 2-1. So apparently, I remember this used to happen to Mourinho and Aston Villa for a while. So maybe, and if it was his 50th match also, it's still the anniversary of 50th game for United. Still couldn't bring up something special, getting the lead, losing it. United have to do a lot of things before the transfer window ends. The British transfer window ends 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. So I think they should go ahead and get a striker, because Rooney has forgotten how to strike. He prefers to create, you know. So I think United actually need a striker and maybe a central defender if they are going to challenge City. Fantastic team.
Monday edition of Sports Day. I'm going to get you talking, surely. On page 4, Everton consider Mikel option. And that's a story that will interest us. The most talked about Nigerian player, John Mikel Obi. Some love him, some don't. But we keep talking about him.
I think it's time Mikel leaves Chelsea. The fact that Loftus-Cheek is now playing ahead of him, and he's quite a young lad, so it shows you that, Mikel, your time is done here. Yeah. We've been hearing that Mikel actually wants to leave, but Mourinho does not want to let him go. You know, I think it's time. Everton, I think Everton would be a good launching pad again for Mikel to, you know, start off his career in England, because he's let's be very, very frank here. For the past 2-3 seasons, Mikel has not been a starter for Chelsea. He's been a squad player. And this is somebody that showed a lot of promise. He was a runner-up to Messi in the 2005 championships, and look at where he is right now. So I think Mikel should make that move from Chelsea and go to where he will see football.
Ayotunde's Madrid is also in the news.
Exactly.
They want to sign the gear. That deal is expected to be completed today.
Yes, Madrid, the transfer deadline for the Spanish teams and other teams, except the English teams, will be tonight, midnight. So if they do not do anything before midnight, then that means they won't get the year to maybe January or next summer. So particularly, they have to do something and make sure that they get the year. I think it's been drawn out. I've always had that feeling that the year transfer will go until the last minute, because I think Madrid will still keep testing United to see if they really mean to keep this guy and let him go on the free. You know what? Let's just take him. But on the other hand, Madrid have 2 fantastic goalkeepers. They have Casilla and they have Keylor Navas, the Costa Rican, who was fantastic at the World Cup, who was fantastic for his previous club. In fact, he was the La Liga goalkeeper of the year, the year before the World Cup. And we saw him yesterday even save the penalty. So it shows you that I do not understand. It's just all about the Galactico field. They want a big name everywhere. So that's why they are going to go for the year. But they might still be able to, you know, test United and say, well, you know what, let's be patient. We have good goalkeepers. We'll take him on the free next season. United actually messed up by not extending this young boy's contract when in his third or fourth year in the club. So they cost it for themselves.
Before we let you go, there's a ridiculous amount of money being thrown around. And this one, if we go back to Sports Day, talking about transfer deadline, you would expect that at this time of the season.
Of course.
Paul Pogba. We're looking at this figure, and I don't know why I'm sitting here. I think I should be on the field. 109 million pounds.
Yeah, total package.
Is it really worth that?
Total package. Transfer fees plus what he
is it really worth that much?
In this age, you can never estimate the worth of players in this age, because of what the agents do, what the press do, and the hype surrounding most of these players. So a player, Andre Ayew, for example, was a free transfer. I look at what he's doing. You know, so Paul Pogba, yes, looking at his age, looking at what his the massive potential he has, I think he would say he might be worth that because, like I said, it's not just going to be 109 million total package transfer fee.
A lot of add-ons.
Yeah, add-ons. You know, his weekly wages and all whatnot. So, but I don't think he would go. That's what I feel.
All right. Thank you so much, Chinasya, for coming on the show.
Anytime. It was also a pleasure having you.
You know, when Chinasya was talking about the AfroBasket Championship, Yemi saw one of the stories right there on Sports Day, and I think he's trying not to talk about it again. We will keep talking about the AfroBasket Championship. I think it's important. Let's just let our director cue back those highlights, because we'll go on that break with that same highlight.
When a song is good, you listen to it
over and over again.
So we keep saying this.
Shakespeare says music is good. Music is the food of life.
Lay it on.
So that's what we'll do with this.
All right.
Well, guys, before we do that, let's just quickly go through the Nigeria Premier League as well. Interesting results, and I believe the results. Yeah, that's it. The results are showing on the screen right now. Interesting times for some of the clubs. Winning,
Sharks and Ayimba, goalless draw. Ayimba still able to take the lead with that draw because Sunshine couldn't do anything. Fine Yuba winning at home against Bayelsa United. Giwa FC 2-0 victory over Lobby Stars. Dolphins home advantage, used it well, defeated Aqua United. Also because Aqua United, I must emphasize that 2-0. El Kanemi Warriors was 2-2 draw with Rangers. Some other results, Wiki, well, we said it last week, Sunshine weren't going to go to Wiki and get the 3 points. So, Wiki Tourists, 2-1 victory over Sunshine Stars. Heartland, 1-0 victory over Warri Wolves. And, well, in Ibadan, some will be saying Hop Shooting. So, it was Shooting Stars, 2-0 victory over Abia Warriors. Nasarawa United was 3-0 victory over their opponents, Kwara United. They told us that we're going to see an away victory. Didn't happen in that one. FC Taraba, match of the day for me, defeated Kano Pillars. I thought that was where I was going to see the away victory. Also,
can we call that an upset?
No, not exactly.
For a team fighting relegation, they can't do anything, you know, because they feel beaten. So when you come around, they just give you a taste of what they're feeling.
All right, top four. You know, you have a clear picture of what it looks like. Ayimba, in spite of that draw, still on top of the table after 26 matches, and they have 49 points, followed by Sunshine, Warri Wolves, and Wiki Tourists in that order. That's the top four for you. Well, bottom four: Dolphins, Sharks, FC Taraba, and of course Bayelsa United making the bottom four. And if you are here at this time, you know, with 12 matches left to play, there are chances you might not be able to get out of that.
We also have some new additions to the NPFL. Some teams coming in.
Just two.
Just two.
Niger Tornadoes from Division A2. MFM from Division B2. Well, you know, there are also talks about Plateau United and Ikorodu, but the organizing and disciplinary community needs to help us clear out some issues, because there are some outstanding matches, some decisions to be made as regards those matches, and you have in some of the groups, some of those guys still within touching distance mathematically, you know, just mathematically. So we'll just have to wait for, you know, the last matches and the decision of the O&D. That then it will clear that up.
No hanky panky. Let's not start hearing this and that.
No bedroom points.
But good news for Lagos. Top flight football is coming back to Lagos. So no excuses for us, guys. When there's a big game, we need to be out there to watch games. Particularly people in Lagos too.
Yeah, who knows if Ikorodu too joins the fray? So makes it two. But MFM, I don't know if they're still going to use the venue that they're using. Maybe they'll go for something bigger.
That's to be Lagos.
It definitely has to be Lagos.
Definitely
has to be Lagos.
Guys, let me just quickly read this message on Twitter before we go on that break and play the highlights.
Again?
The 2020 AfroBasket Championship. This one coming from Corruption Concern. We're trying to see ways that we can, consolidate on this victory in Tunisia. Says, no chance to perform without infrastructure. And this guy thinks it's really important. Coming back home, we should, do more to develop the sports. And I think that's really, really important. Oluwa Oluwatomiwa Babalola says, and besides, people, it says, basketball is developing in Nigeria. People who couldn't watch followed on social media. That's the luxury we never had. And I totally agree with him.
Before you go on that break, you need some Yoruba lessons.
I know.
I'll give you
definitely need.
I'll give you for free.
I'll give you for Oluwatomiwa. Come on,
all right then. All right, let's just go on the break now, definitely, and show you those highlights again from the final of the AfroBasket Championship. And when we come back, Sports This Morning continues. Don't go away.